All right, so like we were saying, multiplying fractions, you should breathe a huge sigh of relief now because it's so much easier than adding or subtracting. Please make sure, though, just to jot these quick little steps in your notebook so you
Yes.
have them down just in case you forget.
There's only 3.
Yeah, and they're simple. So, step 1 is you just multiply the numerators. So the example here, you'll notice 2/5 times 3/4, the numerators are in green because you're just multiplying across. 2 times 3 equals 6. Then step 2, you multiply the denominators. So once again, the denominators now are in green, if you can tell that. 5 times 4 equals 20. So now we have our answer already, 6/20. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about simplifying. If you can, reduce the fraction if necessary. And in this case, our 6/20. Some of you might realize, ooh, that's an even number. I can divide both 6 and 20 by 2. So we can divide both of those and get 3/10.
So we're just simplifying.
Yep, and that's it. All right, here we are back to the board just to show you another example. I'm going to walk you through this, so just pay close attention. Don't worry about jotting anything in your notes. So looking here, we're going to multiply 5/24 times 6/25. And step 1, from what I remember, is multiply the numerators. So I'm going to look here and see that 5 times 6 equals 30. And now step 2 is all about multiplying the denominators. So looking here, ooh, I have 24 times 25. I don't know about you, but that seems really, really big. I'm going to go back a step and just show you how sometimes what you can do is simplify even before you start multiplying here so you don't have to deal with such big numbers. So let me just erase this a minute. And if you remember from when we learned about butterfly method, what we did was we used this X and we thought about the butterfly's wings over here. You can still look diagonal and see about any common factors. When I see 5 and 25, right away I think about 5 and how I can make these numbers smaller by dividing both of these numbers by 5. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 25 divided by 5 equals 5. I don't know about you, but these seem much smaller, easier to deal with. I can do the same thing over here. I can make my other wings going across here, and this time I just want to simplify again. And so if you're really good at your math facts, some of you might think, ooh, both of these numbers can be divided by 6. So another thing you could do is think about just even numbers to break it up. But anyway, I'm going to deal with 6's here because that'll be super easy then. So 6 divided by 6, since it's a common factor, would be 1. 24 divided by 6 would equal 4. Ooh, nice. So now we just have 1 times 1 equals 1. And then 4 times 5 equals 20. Since I already simplified, I don't have to worry about that now.
Okay, so now you get a chance to try and solve this one on your own, and then I will come back and show you how to do it. But remember what Mrs. Van Dam said about trying to simplify it before you multiply, because you can see these denominators are pretty big again. So pause, try it, and I will come on back and show you what to do. Okay, so I am going to start, again, just this automatically is a red flag. There's got to be a way to simplify this a little bit. So I'm going to look butterfly way again. So I'm going to circle my little wings. Now I'm going to be trying to simplify these two. So I recognize 7 and 14 are both multiples of 7. So I can divide both of these by 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1, 14 divided by 7 is 2. Same thing here, 20 and 5. I know that they're both multiples of 5, so I can divide 5 by 5 and get 1, 20 by 5 and get 4. Don't mind that. And then I can just multiply straight across. We can go on to now step 1. So step 1 was multiply the numerators. 1 times 1 is 1. Step 2 multiply the denominators. 4 times 2 is 8. Step 3 was simplify. We sort of moved that to the beginning. So we're still doing that step. We're just doing it at the beginning instead of the end. Otherwise, we would have ended up with a really, really big number. So that is your other one. And now you're going to get a chance to try a couple on your own. Okay, now last step you have to try on your own, where you're going to have to do some sort of simplifying or multiplying. That is not quite as easy peasy as 1 and 2 were. So first one, I'm not going to read it to you. Y'all can read it yourself. And then number 4, just be careful on number 4 because you've got a whole number. So remember what we have to do to a whole number before you can multiply it as a fraction. So try those, and then we'll be checking for 1, 2, 3, and 4 tomorrow in class along with your guiding questions.
Good luck.
See ya then.